Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a very special guest and friend of mine, Joyce. We're going to be doing this a little bit differently as she's in Canada. So we'll be doing it through Zoom, but we're going to have lots of fun. So welcome, Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
Hello! I'm so excited to be here. Congratulations first off for your YouTube channel.
And thank you so much for joining me. I know you were one of the first people that I messaged and asked to be on, and I'm super thrilled that you said yes.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
So let's start off by introducing yourself. Let us know a little bit about yourself, what you do, and some of your background, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm a freelance fashion stylist. I've been in the field for over 5 years now. I started off by studying in New York. I studied fashion styling there, and then I started interning. So I did a couple different internships in New York, and then after that relocated to Lebanon, where I started styling music videos for 2 years. And then after that, I dived into the editorial world, and that's still what I'm doing now. So I work as a freelance fashion and beauty editor.
Nice. And I've actually mentioned this a few times to friends and colleagues and family even. We actually grew up in the same city and had a lot of mutual friends. But it's funny, it wasn't until you were in Lebanon and I was here in Dubai that we actually connected and became closer. So
Yeah, I know, that's so crazy.
perfect. So today I've actually given Joyce the option of picking a hairstyle that she would like to create on herself, learn how to do, and I'm going to walk her through it step by step and kind of like a DIY hair tutorial, I guess. So let's see how this goes. Joyce, let them know the look that you've chosen.
So I really wanted to learn how to do that wet, silky vibe. I feel like it's so cute, really effortless and chic, but I just feel like I never knew how to dominate it. So I need your help. You need to show me the reins, but I'm really excited to learn this one.
So I'm super excited because this is actually one of my favorite looks, and there are so many different ways to do it. Today I'm going to be using a certain kind of product, and Joyce will be using what she's got at home. So it's going to be showing you guys how you can take it from professional to more of a consumer-based styling technique. And honestly, it's one of those looks that you could be wearing jeans and a t-shirt and it's going to elevate it. So I'm really excited because I know you're going to create some great looks with it.
Yeah.
So what's very easy with this look is it's quite versatile. So my hair's got a bit of a wave in it, Joyce's is straight, and we're going to customize the look for each one of us and kind of what suits us. Let's talk a little bit of the product that I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna use an oil. My favorite ones are the Whey, and it's pretty much empty, so obviously you know
You really love it.
I know, I'm actually obsessed, and this is I think like my 10th bottle. And I love Gazoo. So for anyone in the Middle East, Gazoo is launching here this month finally, and I think Joyce is actually a fan of Gazoo as well.
Yeah, I just heard, that's so exciting.
I'm so excited. I used to shop and ship everything, so yeah, I'm really excited for that. I think on Joyce's end for oil, show them what you're going to be using.
Yeah, so I have the Moroccan oil styling cream and then the Moroccan oil just hair treatment. So I'm going to use these two.
Perfect. So on top of that, instead of a cream where Joyce has a Moroccan oil cream, I'm going to be using, it's called Pop and Lock from Color Wow. And it's actually a cream as well, but what I really love about it is it's quite shiny right away. So it gives a wet look even though it's not really wet. So I'll be using that, and then we both got some hairspray. For my hairspray, I'll be using a Elnet spray by L'Oreal, and Joyce will be...
I have the Tresemme.
You know what? We don't have that here.
Really?
Yeah, and I've worked with Tresemme a few times, and
Yeah.
for some reason they don't have a lot of styling products in the Middle East, so that would be nice to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect, so let's get started. So first what I like to do is find the way that I want to part my hair. And what's the most flattering. So usually with a wet look, if you want to kind of elevate it a bit, you will take it from either left to right, right to left, or going back. So for me, I always like going from left to right, no matter what style I'm doing. I just find it's the most flattering angle on everyone. So,
I'm the same.
are you going left to right as well?
I keep it the way it is. I usually part my hair to the middle, but what a coincidence. It's to the side and it works.
What a moment. So I'm just going to section mine off. And what I like giving a tip whenever I'm doing any kind of styling that's going from left to right or right to left, if we want more volume on the side that's got more hair, I like going on an angle. So my section will not be super straight.
I've noticed that with myself. When I part it to the side, it's better on an angle versus just straight for some reason.
Yeah, so when you part it on an angle, you essentially start to have more hair towards the front in your forehead, and then you get that volume.
I love that.
So then we are going to take a clip. I use these from Bellamy and they are amazing, but any clip will obviously work. And I like to section the hair into I like working from the back forward with a wet look. So I'll section most of my hair up, and the trick would be to go in finer sections with the wet look.
Okay.
So this is what I've got.
Okay. Does this look like too much or is this okay?
Yeah, you want to go a little less than that. Kind of like below your ear, I would say, like that.
Gotcha. Okay, good to go.
Perfect. So
Then I'm going to actually take my Color Wow Pop and Lock. I believe, Joyce, you can use a pump of the cream and a pump of the oil for yours.
Awesome.
And I actually take quite a bit, so about 6 pumps, and I'll emulsify it into my hand. They look quite shiny. And what I'll do is I'll slick it down, and the trick is to actually make sure that you get right into, you want the ends to look wet, but the most important part is to actually get it wet from the roots.
Okay.
You want to get lots of product in there, because the root, if it's not wet and the ends look wet, then it kind of defeats the purpose of a wet look.
Gotcha.
So I usually just kind of push my hands down like this.
Okay.
And you can saturate it. So with the wet look, don't be afraid with using too much product.
Awesome. The more the merrier, I guess.
Yeah, the more the merrier. And honestly, I always say, you're building. So if you're saturating the very top of your hair and then the bottom layer doesn't have enough product, it actually is gonna just take the whole look backwards a bit. So yeah, so we're gonna do this in sections until we get to our crown area, which is right here where the ears kind of meet. So I think 2 more sections.
Sounds good.
How do you find the Moroccan oil product? Because I am obsessed, and that's also a product that they don't have here.
Oh, really? Wow, I'm
Yeah.
so surprised. It's actually my first time trying the Moroccan oil. I know that probably sounds
No way.
crazy, but I really like it. Before I was using Gizou's honey infused hair oil, which I really love as well, but I'm kind of torn between the two of them. They're both really good.
Oils is I'm sure you know this, but I've got this beauty closet behind me, and that top cube is all oils and root colors, so.
You love your oils, girl.
In this country, I feel yeah. You don't really have a choice there. You need to, your hair gets so dry. I'm sure when you were here, you felt it.
Oh my gosh, for sure. My hair needed some extra love.
So on the ends where they are quite dry, I'm actually running a pump of the Gazoo and a pump of the whey oil, mixing it together and just kind of going through my ends that feel a little bit dry still.
I never tried the whey one, but I'm really interested in giving that one a try. I'm actually currently reading her book, and I'm just...
Yeah, I finished it. It was on It was like my bedside read for a long time.
Yeah, same. It still currently is. I'm almost done, but I really, really love it. It's a really nice read. It's an easy read too.
Yeah, and you know, like for me, I just think that I've talked about it a bit about how when I got into the hair industry, there was no one that was really a female for me to look up to. And so when I started, all the people that inspired me and were really successful and amazing at what they do were men. So
Wow.
as amazing as that is, it wasn't really until I came across Jen that I felt like, okay, I mean, you can be like a businesswoman and you can be a wife or a mother and still have a career. Yeah, and you know, through her channel, I actually met and was introduced to so many female hairstylists.
That's so cool.
I always say that like it shouldn't make a difference, success is success, male or female, but
yeah,
there is something quite, I want to say inspiring and motivating about seeing someone who's more similar to you actually be successful in the career that you're in.
Yeah, I fully agree. You said not to go past our crown, was it?
Yeah, so you're good like that. So then we are going to take the side with less hair, and we are actually going to take that again on an angle.
Okay.
So you want it to set behind your ear. I think as you're bringing it down, like the oil, just flatten it against your neck a little bit. So it looks really wet. You want to look like you've just come out of the ocean, kind of.
Love that look.
But yeah, it is honestly like the most requested look I get for editorials. It's the most requested look I get for celebrities. We've done it a few times on runways, and I mean, people do it differently every single time I've done it. So for me, it's just cool to kind of see how people would do this look.
I know when you asked me which look I'd want to do, I was like, a wet look for sure.
For sure.
It looks so cool also when they do like, I don't know if it's the baby hairs here, but when they do that like cool little curve, it's really nice.
Yeah. And you know, like you can have a different shape each time.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you that as well, how you can create different shapes and movements kind of around the hairline.
Yay.
So Joyce, let's talk about you a little bit. What got you into fashion, and what was your big kind of, I think, moment that made you realize this is what I want to do and I'm gonna do it no matter what? Because it is a pretty hard industry to get into.
Yeah, definitely. That's for sure. Well, for me, I knew all my life I wanted to do something in fashion. It's funny because when I was younger, I thought I'd be a shoe designer, but then I slowly realized that, you know, I don't think design is where I want to be at, and I didn't even know styling was, you know, an industry or a type of job. So I did my research and I found out that styling is actually a thing. So then I tried to find schools that were, you know, nearby or someplace near that I could study, because, you know, the idea of fashion at first was a bit of an adjustment because I was working retail before. I didn't really know what I wanted to do specifically. I didn't know how I could find the resources. But then I found out slowly that styling was the type of work that I wanted to give a try. So then I found a school in New York, and they do the school twice a year. And coincidentally, right when I found the school, the next month they were registering for new stylists who want to come on board. So I just took a leap of faith and kind of went for it, because I've been working retail at that time for about 6 years, and I knew I wanted a little bit more than that. And if it wasn't at that point I made that decision to take that jump, take that leap of faith, and go for what I wanted to do in life, then I probably was gonna.
Can I just say a quick disclaimer that also where we grew up, like, this is just unheard of to say that you're going to have a career in fashion. Like, honestly speaking, obviously people are aware that it's a career, but it's not like the big cities where you have a million people striving to be fashion stylists or editors or even like editorial hairstylists. It's really, really rare. So that's why I'm asking what made you think like this is for me and I'm gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah, it was definitely a tough decision, but I just knew that I just wouldn't be happy if I didn't do this, and I just wouldn't be content, and I'd be living a life that wasn't mine. And I was like, no, I need to take initiative, and this is what I want. I should just go for it. And then I made the move, and ever since, my life completely changed.
And that's why you moved to Lebanon, right?
Yeah,
After New York.
I was in New York for about 2 years. And then after that, I got an opportunity in Lebanon, and then I just took it. I was like, I'll see where it takes me. I never expected to do any type of music video work, but I gave it a try, and honestly, it was amazing.
I think something that you and I had clicked and connected on so much when we met was that both of us come from backgrounds where this is like not the norm. This is not a career you pick, and it kind of was, we had to prove ourselves. So I think that alone is enough of a drive, honestly.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, at the time when I decided to go to New York, I mean, half the people around me, when I tell them, I'm gonna become a fashion stylist, they're like, what even is a fashion stylist? Like, we've never heard of this term. What does she do? Can people even get a job in fashion? And if you really don't know,
my dad.
Yeah.
My dad told me that. Yeah, my dad told me that I needed to pick an actual job.
Yeah. No, my.
And I remember being like, but it is a job.
I know it was such a tough conversation, but it's something that they're not used to, and especially back then, like all these jobs weren't really well known. They didn't have them in their times, so I feel like they just kind of had to trust my vision. But now it makes sense to them, of course, but it took a while.
No, they get it. I think once you actually succeed in what you're doing, it's a whole other story. Just really quickly, Joyce, because I've gotten to the top. I know you're still working your way through, but as you're sectioning the top how you want it, with the wet look, I kind of just go like, depending on the client's face, what looks most flattering, but I know I've introduced you to these non-crease clips before, and we're gonna use them kind of I like to use them in a wet look just to kind of create that volume to really set it where I want.
Okay, awesome. I have a couple, so I'll use mine as well.
Yeah, and I'll kind of just section it how I want it, and then I'll just put more oil and water and all that stuff kind of in the hair.
How was your first initial discussion with your parents, and when you realized you wanted to do hair? How was that whole adjustment for you?
Oh my God, so I was actually still in university at St. Mary's, and I remember thinking to myself, this isn't for me, I don't want to do this. And I think for a while my parents kind of thought I was going through a phase, like I just don't want to be in university, I don't know what I want to do, I'm kind of trying new things out. And to be honest, like when I was in hair school, I was told that in this industry, and it's actually true, there's the 20-80 rule. So 20% of people actually make it and succeed as hairstylists, and 80% don't. And I remember, I think that's what my parents were thinking, that if this is a hobby and if this is something that you're not gonna actually like work at, then you're screwed, you're not gonna have a backup. So I remember my dad telling me like, you need to get a real like degree, and I had fought him on it for a while, and then he said to me, okay, you can go to hair school, but then after that you've got to actually go in and complete your degree. So we had made an agreement that I'll finish my degree if you let me go to hair school. And I think it's so funny right now when my followers will be listening, that when you let me, it's just such a Middle Eastern culture, like, you know, even if you're gonna go against what they want, you still, like deep down inside, need and want their approval for what you're doing. So it was huge. I would always say, well, I'm gonna do what I want to do, but deep down inside, I kind of wanted their approval anyways. And so I think for me, honestly, and I'm sure it was the same for you, I think that was actually my driving factor. I don't think I would have done as much in my career as I've done now if I didn't have someone telling me that they didn't think I could really make a career out of this.
Yeah, 100%.
Each topic was like, it never got easier. So like it went from I want to do hair to I want to move to Dubai to I no longer want to do salon work and I want to travel around the world and try to get into editorial and fashion. And I think my very first conversation about getting into Fashion Week and editorial, like it was just, I mean, like blank stares. Like nobody really understood. I swear my dad was telling me like, what do you mean you're gonna fly across the world to do hair for a show? Like, because, and to be honest, it's true that it's very rare that people actually can make a career out of this. So I do get it, but yeah, it's definitely that drive that I think I really needed.
No, definitely. I'm 100% the same. Just the factor of proving them that there is an industry and that I am capable of doing it, exactly like what you said, was something that really, really pushed me to do all the stuff that I've done.
And I think especially, honestly, especially like for you, like you had gone from New York to Lebanon to Dubai back home, and I think just proving that, you know, I can do this in every city, and any city I'm in is proof enough for them on its own.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
that's amazing, and I always say that, and I tell you all the time as well. I love that you're still connected with the industry here, and you're still working. And I think during COVID, you've kind of kicked off a little bit more on social media with your styling.
Yeah,
For sure.
so
That's amazing.
perfect.
Yeah, thank you. A quick question. Where did you want me to put these little clips?
So you're gonna look in the mirror. I usually look straight forward, and I try to kind of, with the wet look, you want it to look more natural. So not with a comb, with your fingers, you kind of want to rake it backwards and to the side, and then clip them where you feel looks the most flattering on your face. So a little more back than to the side. Yeah, like you'll see how I've got that volume.
Oh, gotcha.
I know Zoom's not that productive.
It's doing the best it can. Alrighty.
And I like to kind of scrunch up a little bit because then it looks not so neat.
Okay.
Nice for a wet look. So then once you've got it set, you are going to take your hairspray and you're gonna set it in place. I think over the years I've like been accustomed to like the taste of hairspray. I don't know how healthy that is, but
I don't know either, but I'm honestly not surprised.
but you're like, I'll take it.
Comes with the territory.
Comes with the job, yeah.
Aside from the hairspray that you currently use, are there any other hairsprays that you recommend or that are your go-to?
I mean, I love the Tresemme, which I've just actually told you about, which we don't have here. I absolutely love Redken. Like I swear by Redken, I've got like 20 of them right there alone. And then Elnet. So honestly, I kind of go back and forth between the Elnet spray and the Redken. Redken has a bit more of a hold, a bit of that gritty feel. And then the Elnet is just very soft and easy to kind of comb out. So usually if I'm doing this on a long day of shooting, I will use the Redken and I'll blast it with cold air from my diffuser and it will help kind of set it in place. But whereas today we're doing it just for a quick tutorial and I would like to be able to wash it out, I'm using an Elnet spray. But you know what? I actually was in Walmart when I go on these like Walmart beauty hauls when I come home. And they have a brand called Mane Hair, and they have this spray called.
Oh yeah.
It literally says like "Let's Cheat" on it or something. It's a dry hair shampoo. It's really good, really cheap, but worth the investment. I stock up every time I come home.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right, so where'd you go?
Right here, sorry.
My laptop said it needs some love.
Can I just say that I absolutely love that you are wearing sweatpants on the bottom
Oh
because
my gosh, 100%.
so am I. Because I'm like, no one's gonna see. So dressed up on top, sweatpants on the bottom.
I know, this is like my attire now, honestly.
So once you've scrunched it up, even though your hair is not curly, it'll kind of get that texture. I'll go through, I'll even put a little bit of oil. I put like so much of this in my hair. But yeah, I'm gonna just scrunch it up to give it a little bit of that more scruffy, wet look. Most important part is you want to make sure that all of your roots around the hairline have the product in it, so it's gonna look wet. Perfect, so once it's set with hairspray, you can remove all of the clips.
Okay.
I might have to have a little photo shoot for myself after this. I swear.
You might just have to, honey.
Alrighty, so that's mine. I love this look. And a little trick, you won't be able to do it because you don't have the product, but it's one of my absolute favorite products for when I do this look. And it's the new Shine Flash from Redken. And it's literally just a shine spray. So once I'm on set and I've created this look, I kind of take it on with me and keep using it just so it adds that kind of glossy, wet look.
Mm-hmm.
And I will spray so much of it.
Oh, that's nice.
Especially around the hairline. I mean, you can see it on camera.
It literally gives it an instant glow. It looks great.
Yeah, I love it. I messaged Kelly. Kelly works at Redken here, and she'll always ask me, do you need anything? And I tell her all the time, I need Shine Flash. So yeah, there's my wet look.
I like it. It's honestly, I thought it was more complicated, but it's really not that hard.
No, it's honestly one of the easiest looks to create, like even on yourself. I think the key to a wet look is product. If you have the right product, then you're set. So I'm just gonna once again show the product I used. I used the Pop and Lock from Color Wow, Shine Flash from Redken, and then I kind of went between the two oils, Gazoo and Whey. And then Joyce, do you want to talk us through what you used again as well?
Yeah, for sure. So I basically went back and forth between the Moroccan oil treatment, this one right here, and then also the hydration styling cream. It was my first time trying it and I actually really liked it. And then
the Moroccan oil is gonna, like, honestly, it does wonders for your hair.
Honestly, it's so good. I mean, I've heard so many people talk about it, which I'm surprised I haven't tried it soon enough. But it's really, really good. I'm really torn between that one and Gazoo. And then for hairspray, just the Tresemme climate protection version, to be specific.
Perfect. So there you have it, a quick and easy way to create a wet look on yourself. We've used some professional products, some consumer products, and I mean, this is Joyce's first time and I think you killed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm really proud. I feel like a mom over here. Like,
I mean, honey, you did great instructing it, so thank you for that. No, I love this. I really thought I was gonna use water for some reason, but now I realize that it really all is about the products.
just the product.
No, I love it.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining me, Joyce. I cannot wait to do this again and hopefully be in the same country soon.
Hopefully. Thank you so much. And again,
Thank you.
congratulations on the YouTube channel.
Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
Of course. Bye. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to like and subscribe.